Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first Smuggler's Moon podcast. We're gonna just cheers on the mic real quick, just because we're getting this started. Boom, done.
Joining me today is my good friend Tristan Bennett, and I am Matthew Salvino. And I just like to start off with saying that I don't think I've ever had so much trouble naming a podcast before.
Oh no, yeah, it was okay. So initially, we were gonna be the Rule of Three podcast. That was kind of ixnayed because we have a buddy who's like never gonna show up ever, and he's always busy doing whatever. So, anyways, we decided that we were gonna give it a shot, try to rename it, see what we could do with it, and it was
quite hard.
Yeah, we went through a lot of names. A few that stuck out to me were the Frisky Rhodian, probably one of my favorites.
The Saucy Twi'lek.
Saucy Twi'lek was pretty good too.
Death Sticks.
Yeah. Or
Ben Swallow.
Ben Swallow. The Ben Swallow podcast. You can't even fucking yo, that would have worked so well. But no, this was our original idea, and I still to this day think we should be naming ourselves this, but it was going to be Bastila's Cooter, and that would have been on fucking point. So
shout out to KOTOR.
Yeah, shout out to Karth, my main boy. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh my god.
Anyways, yeah, so we basically, well, we're two dudes that love Star Wars, and basically we want to just like shoot the shit every now and then, talk about stuff that, you know, we hate and stuff that we love. This time it's going to be something we hate, I think.
Well, honestly, I don't really know what the consensus is on The Last Jedi, but we're going to be talking about that today.
Yeah.
And some of the things that went down in there, some of the things that we agree with, some of the things that we think should have maybe been changed a little bit, but
yeah, definitely.
It's mostly going to be like a discussion between two very big Star Wars nerds. So, please enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. And we kind of want to do it in chronological order, but we might skip around here and there just because
we've been drinking.
Yeah, and on top of that, we saw the movie. I mean, what is it now? Like
I was gonna say it's been a while since we watched it.
Yeah, it's the 29th of January while we're recording this, and we saw it. I mean, I saw it on the 14th.
You've seen it 4 times. Let's be honest, Tristan.
I've seen it 4 times, and I hated them every single time unless I saw it in D-Box. I saw it in D-Box, and that was fucking awesome. But yeah.
Shout out to D-Box.
Yeah, shout out to D-Box for kind of making my experience a little bit better. But fuck, man,
tolerable.
I would rather have like screwed in a fucking like. I don't even know, man. I would have fucking killed myself if I didn't watch it in D-Box again for the 5th time. Like, no, fuck that. Anyways, yeah. So let's dive in. Where are we starting? At the beginning, I'm assuming.
I think we should start, exactly right at the beginning because, I mean, I feel like it opens up on a very, very cool note. It opens up between the Rebels and the First Order being in kind of like, I guess you could say almost like a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, like one of those like Texas like showdown, like the like Western stuff.
Yeah, like a showdown where nobody's really not doing anything. But the thing is, like, the Rebels know they're straight up screwed in this situation.
Exactly.
Because the First Order has an immense amount of ships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I mean, so you got the giant dreadnoughts or whatever that General Hux is sitting on with his pasty ass white skin, and what is he doing? He's sitting there trying to just, you know, he's talking about how, you know, how great the First Order is and how awesome they, you know, they've got them on the run and this and that, you know, they try and make it feel like it's done for them, like they're screwed, like they've got nothing, they're literally not coming out of this alive.
It looks like it could be the end for the Rebel Alliance after this point in time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just not the Rebel Alliance. Les Resistants.
Les Resistants or Les Organas Resistance.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever
right?
you want to.
Bullshit. Fucking. Yeah. I hate it.
There's like 5 dudes, let's be honest. And one of them's an alien that goes, oh.
No, dude. Okay, where were the aliens? They're so, like, I love. Oh, okay.
That's a good point. There was really no aliens in that movie.
Want to know something cool? Rian Johnson has a like diversity quota for hiring people. So he hires people like based off of like their skin color and shit. A lot of the time, which is, I know it's kind of controversial right off the bat, but like, jeez. Anyways, where are my alien brothers out there, man?
Where are the Bith? Where are the Twi'lek? Where are the
robbed
Rodians?
of their rights to be on camera, man? Rodian lives matter.
Why do you think there was a lack of aliens in this, though?
Well, I think it was just because I'm telling you, it's because Rian Johnson had this he's got that diversity quota thing that he got going on. So he's got to hire people like actual actors, and that's what made it so to the point where he was like, yeah, I gotta hire like real people. So there's not enough aliens to be able to put on screen. Like they're not gonna put any aliens on screen if they're gonna have to hire people.
But you'd almost think we're at a point now where the aliens would be computer generated.
Well, yeah. Well,
like the more crazy ones, you know what I mean? The ones with like head, like tendrils and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, like who? Which ones? Like
I was literally gonna say I didn't see a single Twi'lek in The Last Jedi. I didn't see a single Rodian. I just saw that Rodians. One alien who.
Oh. What is he?
He literally goes, oh.
What is he?
I don't know. Like I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah. No. Does he look kind of like Damn, what are those guys called again? Was he a Bith?
No. He's not a Bith. Well, like obviously they introduced a lot of different new species as well.
Yeah,
into
that is true.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
which we've never even seen before.
Yeah,
which you can very much tell that Disney had a very big saying in that.
Yeah, no, yeah, like
I was gonna say my number. Like I just want to come out and say my number one problem is these little things.
The porgs.
The porgs
are money grab.
It's literally. As soon as the movie came out, they had little plushies ready to go and stuff like that. It's like, sure, it's cute, you know what I mean? But it's literally Disney fucking crowbarring their shit.
People saying that it's the similar thing. It's the same thing as the Ewoks or whatever. No, the Ewoks were nowhere.
Bro, the Ewoks fought.
Yeah,
the Ewoks folded the Empire.
Literally.
Do you remember that shit with the two logs hitting the folded? What do these guys do? They scream and like run around. They're like little fucking penguins. Like,
exactly. That's all they were. But yeah, no. Okay, so where were we? We're at the beginning of the movie. All right, Poe Dameron making your mom jokes with General Hux.
Just out there, man. Like,
okay. Don't get us wrong. We are big Poe fans, both of us. We really are. Poe is a beauty. I think Poe is probably the one redeeming thing. Character, in my opinion.
Absolutely, I 100% agree.
Like basically like textbook Star Wars character in The Last Jedi, and the guy's making your mom jokes. Like it's funny. I just like to make a shout out to Oscar Isaac.
Yeah,
one of my favorite actors of all time. Yeah. He's amazing in anything he does. Yeah, Oscar Isaac is he's a beauty.
He's a beauty.
Was it that one video where that person said they wanted Oscar Isaac to breastfeed them? That would let the record show that was me. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, like the whole thing with the dreadnought. Mm-hmm. Like I wrote it down actually somewhere. I'm gonna bring it up real quick. But like the First Order isn't scary at the beginning of that movie. They aren't scary.
I can see how they wouldn't be scary. More of just like there. You know what I'm trying to say when I say that? Like they're just kind of there.
Yeah, and they're not like the Empire. They're not as menacing as the Empire. They're not as like it's almost like this feel of like an actual enemy. Mm-hmm. They didn't feel like an enemy. They didn't. Mm-hmm. You know what? They didn't even feel like an enemy to me in Force Awakens. They really didn't. They just felt like a you know, like an older, bigger brother who beats up on everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're not like the Empire.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I don't know, like, from the beginning, like I wrote, like, and I'm reading my notes from when I took this. That was forced humor. We definitely saw that with Poe Dameron and General Hux, you know, making mom jokes and I can't hear you, like. I'm holding for General Hux.
Like we're laughing about it now, but it really takes you out of the moment when you're in the movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like laughing about it now, you can laugh about it now. You're like, haha, that was funny. But like, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's because I was watching it for the first time. I was like so excited to see the movie. I'm like, everything's so funny.
Everything's great. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. By the end of the movie, I was like, this fucking sucked.
I mean, well, we have to think about it this way. When have we ever seen a Star Wars movie where they're making your mom jokes?
Never.
Like, I get it. Maybe you're trying to appeal to a new crowd and stuff like that. But, like, I gotta tell you, like, it really takes me out of it because that's not Star Wars to me. You know?
I know. Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's that huge deal with, are you talking more about the prequels or are you talking more about the original 3 movies? But
yeah.
I just think that in the original 3 movies, there was just like maybe it wasn't even to the point where it was like super, super serious, but they never cut away for comedic relief.
No, they didn't.
You know what I mean? Because they didn't need it. They had a solid story the entire time.
That's something that we definitely need to get into with this whole thing, was the solid stories, even in the prequels. And you know what? You can ream me internet, but the stories were better.
Yeah.
They really were.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, but so I had it written. Let's see. Evac. The evac from the evac from the planet that they were trying to evacuate from, when you had what's her name's Carrie Fisher, R.I.P.
Leia Organa.
Her daughter was playing that character who was like a cadet or some shit.
Yeah. She was almost like the first mate.
Yes,
like
exactly.
on the rebel ship.
Exactly. And so she's evacuating the planet that they're getting. Do you know what the name of the planet was? I don't remember.
It was something with a C. It was like Siat or something.
Okay.
Let me look it up. You keep going.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it really doesn't matter. But they're evacuating the planet and all that. It just seemed too easy. Like there was no decor.
I'd just like to chime in and let you guys know that the planet's name is Dakar.
Yeah. So they evacuate Dakar. That's so funny. Get the fuck out of Dakar.
It definitely needs to be a lot more epic than it is.
Yeah, it was so rushed. It didn't have any fucking fuck that, dude. Stupid. It really was. It was so dumb. But yeah, the evac looks super easy. Okay, and then now they're in space, right? And fucking all of the resistance shows up, and they're all waiting around there, and they're like, "Poe, don't do it." And he's like, "This is our last chance. Like, we gotta take out a dreadnought. Like, come on, like, let's go." And you're like, okay, you can admire Poe for like doing that. That's like a real Star Wars. That's like a real Rebel Alliance thing to do.
Although a little bit crass.
Yeah, but it was. Yeah. I
generally agree, and that's why they say throughout the movie that like Poe Dameron is what the Alliance needs.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He is. He's like a proto. No, proto would be before. He's like a after Han Solo. He really is. Kind of.
Like you kind of have to take over for Han Solo after he got robbed in Force Awakens. But
yeah, completely robbed. But you know what? I mean, Harrison didn't want to play him anymore. Guaranteed. He was so sick of it. I think
so though.
No, yeah, he told I think he said so in an interview one time. He was like, I just don't find him interesting, like Han Solo. I think he liked Indiana Jones as a character way more than he liked
Han Solo.
Han Solo, yeah.
There's so much more to the backstory of Han Solo, though, than there is to Indiana Jones. Yeah. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, there's this whole freaking story of him becoming a smuggler, going on all these runs, being a pilot for the Empire.
Yeah.
Defecting because he was ordered to execute Chewbacca.
Yeah. I know.
Like,
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's got like a crazy...
It is. Anyways, there's definitely a lot more they could have done with Han Solo, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Miss him. But hopefully, we're hoping that Poe Dameron is gonna kind of step in and be that.
I think he almost has
hero that the Alliance needs at this point.
He almost has for me in a way. It's actually like kind of
nice. Oscar Isaac too, so you can't really.
It's a beauty. Anyways, yeah. So Dreadnought, not even scary. Like, dude, fucking Poe just flies in there. It's blowing shit up. Yeah,
so he was like in line with the bridge.
Yeah.
Just talking shit.
Yeah, he was on the thing. He was like, Hux, can't hear you, Hux. Like, where are you, Hux? And you're like, oh, jeez, man. This is not going the way I've actually... Honestly, it really was not going the way I thought it would from the beginning. But I was, like, willing and ready and able to
But you got to think, like, is that really a good opening to go on?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And this is probably our the first problem we had with this movie is just...
from the get-go.
The shit intro.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. And anyways, the whole bombing scene, the bombers come in. Let me ask you, why is there gravity in space? Why?
Number one question.
And then okay, and I remember 2 days ago or like 3 days ago, our buddy John, who was supposed to be on this podcast, who was initially going to be the third for the rule of three when we were going to call it that, he tagged me in something like 2 days ago. He was talking about something about the it mentioned something about the magnetic field thing or the magnetic something involving the bombers, and that's why they were able to drop in space.
Because they had like some sort of magnetic field?
Yeah, or something like that. And then John texts me, he goes, this is cool to know, but like a month and a half after the movie comes out, you're talking about it? Like, give me a break. Like, you have to explain something a month and a half after the movie comes out because everybody's like, oh, why is there gravity in space? And you're like... It's just, it's pretty stupid.
I think I might have your answer right here. So I'm reading a little article right here from User Rappy. And basically what it's saying here is bombs don't technically drop in microgravity, which is what you were referring to what the bombers had, but are impelled from their racks by sequenced electromagnetic plates in the clip. Okay, like again, the bombs are drawn then magnetically to their unfortunate targets.
Okay.
So basically what they're saying is they have magnets inside of them.
Yeah.
Like obviously a bomb's not going to drop.
Do magnets work in space? That's the better
If you tune into our science podcast after this, you'll find out. No, but bombs do not work in space. Yeah. Like that doesn't work. That's why they're...
Because you had TIE bombers back in like actual like proper Star Wars lore. And like
but at the same time you think about we were both very big Battlefront fans. Sorry. And
the TIE bombers weren't,
and the TIE bombers they dropped. Like you remember when you shot them, they kind of arced down.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
maybe
like I don't know, but this is different. What we're talking about right now is they were directly on top of the dreadnought, and they dropped them on.
And
so
they weren't like energy. They weren't like an actual, like it wasn't a blaster bolt.
Exactly. So whatever the rebels did, they put an electromagnetic field in them, and that's what pulled the bombs towards the dreadnought. Yeah, which was not really explained.
Yeah, I don't think
and
explained properly at all.
I feel like a lot of people had a big problem with that. So. For all you haters out there.
I know it sounds so lame to be bitching about something like that, but like...
Let's be honest, we can bitch about it. We literally live Star Wars.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
I didn't even think about what you were talking about earlier when you said the aliens weren't in it, and now I'm thinking about it now, and it's like, why would you not put more... Like, the Rebel Alliance is supposed to be made up of aliens.
Dude.
Because the Empire hates aliens.
Exactly. And do you remember that one...
First Order, sorry.
Do you remember that one scene in... Did you ever see Rogue One?
I did, but like I hate that movie. The only person that's redeemable in that movie is the fucking robot. He has more personality than any of the humans in that movie.
I liked it. I liked who did I like?
Miles Mikovich.
Mads Mikkelsen.
He's badass.
Gunter Guselvich.
Gunter Guselvich.
Yeah, anything Swedish, but he's a Danish man. He's I like him a lot. Mm-hmm. I think he should play Geralt of Rivia. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I remember that one scene where they're all sitting around that table and they're all discussing like what they're gonna do.
Tactics, the rebels.
Yes, in Rogue One, and you had Bail Organa and like all the rebels and whatever and whatnot, and behind them there was tons and tons of aliens. Tons of them. And I guarantee you it's because Gareth Edwards didn't have a diversity quota on his fucking hiring. so pissed off with that. Anyways,
relax, Mr. Political.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's just stupid.
No. Honestly, like, fuck you guys. Put more aliens in Star Wars.
Yeah,
like, honestly, no. Like, seriously, like, come on. Like, even, bro, like, okay, like, I'm gonna get a little nerdy on you guys right here. But I looked up all the different species in Star Wars, and the only people who are considered human are born and raised on Tatooine.
So everybody else.
So if you're from Coruscant, you're Coruscanti.
Yeah.
If you're from the Corellian system, you're a Corellian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you already only have one planet that has humans. Think about this entire galaxy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where are the Coral? Where are the fucking Bits?
Yeah,
where
exactly.
are the, you know?
Yeah, they weren't anywhere.
Where are the Zabrak? Like,
dude.
Anyway.
It's funny because you got all these Zabrak and you got all these Rhodians and Twi'leks and whatever and whatnot in the Battlefront games now. Because you could play as any of them. Where the fuck are they in the movies? Anyways, let's move on to Last Jedi stuff. Okay, it's not in order here, but this is totally like they talk about the Jedi Order like it was something that existed at any point in time while they were alive. Like even Rey when she goes to. Okay, first off, no, before I even get into that. Fucking what's that?
No. I'm gonna chime in on this before, but it just has to do with how the Galactic Empire and the First Order don't fuck with aliens.
They don't.
Yeah,
they definitely don't.
Yeah. No. Please continue. Yeah. They keep referring to the Jedi Order like it's
the Jedi Order,
like it's actually a thing at this point in time.
Yeah, or at any point in time when they were alive, and they're like, no, it's not. Like there was no Jedi. There was nothing. It was literally
the Jedi Order ended at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Technically, yeah.
Like obviously timeline wise, maybe it was a couple years after or something like that, so they were completely eliminated, like after the genocide and stuff like that. But like there is no Jedi Order anymore on Coruscant as of that one scene in Revenge of the Sith.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and then you got like you got Rey and the rest of the Resistance talking about the Jedi Order like it was something that existed during their time. It's like, no, you had Luke and Luke only. Like,
dude, you never experienced anything having to do with the Jedi.
And they didn't even know that all the
New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, the Return of the Jedi,
Return of the Jedi.
Where the Jedi,
no Jedi
Return
Order.
of Jedi,
Return of
Singular.
Jedi. Singular. Yeah. That's that one thing. Everybody's been having that problem. They had that problem with The Last Jedi too. They're like, The Last Jedi? Does that mean 2 or 1? And it's like, no. Luke is the Jedi. Luke is the only Jedi in this galaxy right now.
Yep.
Technically.
Yep.
I mean, they're probably like... I'm sure there's a few Jedi that actually survived.
There's definitely a lot of Jedi who are in hiding after everything and like that because obviously you're going to delve into like extended universe and like comics and stuff like that, but at this point in time, the only known person that's going to do any good
would be Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there was this guy in Legends that could have actually stopped Palpatine. I think Stupendous Wave actually just did a video on him.
Shout out Stupendous.
Yeah, shout out Stupendous Wave. You're all right.
No, we love you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he was talking about how this one specific Jedi, he basically was an elitist in a way. He was like a Jedi elitist, and he didn't trust clones. Kind of like Ram Koda.
Ooh, I think I know what you're talking about. And he wouldn't take a clone squad with him?
That was Ram Koda.
That was Koda.
That was Koda in
that was it. In Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
But there was this guy who basically like fucked off to like somewhere in the galaxy, like in the Outer Rim or whatever, and he basically wanted to create a Jedi army that would have stopped Palpatine. And it's like, that would have been sick. But like they all ended up dying because something. I don't even remember. I watched the video at like 2 in the morning. So I was kind of like, ugh, what am I doing right now? But yeah. Okay, so moving on. Luke is a cranky old man. And
literally
not cool at all.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, there's very few things that are redeeming about the movie as a whole, but Luke Skywalker is not one of them. Because of the fact that he's fucking pissed off the entire movie.
Yep.
He's making stupid jokes that...
Like what?
Do you remember the stupid jokes he made throughout the entire... I literally complained about this the entire time we were sitting in the theater. Luke's stupid jokes in The Last Jedi. It's like, I've been looking for you everywhere. Well, I've been right here. It's like, that's not funny. Like,
no, the best was, what is he saying? Amazing. Everything you said was completely wrong.
It's like, okay, like, yeah, we get it.
Shut up.
We get it. Anyways, going back to Luke and stuff like that, obviously when Rey shows up on Octu, it's obviously not what she's expecting.
Fucking whips the lightsaber behind. That was, I'm sorry, Rian Johnson, fuck you for that. That was supposed to be an amazing scene. And you know what? JJ probably set it up for an amazing scene, and that's the issue that The Last Jedi has, is that there is 2 directors, or this new trilogy has, is that there's multiple directors. They literally went from JJ to Ryan, and then the you know, the vision changes, and then you get disoriented kind of storytelling. It's stupid as fuck.
It happens. It's kind of a disconnect, but. Yeah. Honestly, like, at this point, we're doing a review, so we got to deal with what we got. Yeah. Like, obviously, dude, if we were directing the movie, it'd be a lot different. Yeah. But at the same time, what I really, like, something that really resonates with me about that whole scene on Octu is, like, just how, like, decided Rey is that she's going to do everything she can to get him to help the Resistance again. And that's, like, one of the things that I feel is a little bit redeeming about Rey is she...
Yeah, she definitely.
She really doesn't.
Committed.
She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know anything to anyone.
Yeah.
But she's latched onto this thing with. She needs to stop the First Order, and she needs to get Luke to come back.
I think she just latches onto people. I mean, you see her latch onto Han and
Finn,
mm-hmm. and they both get murked,
just like that.
And then you see her just jump on the good old Luke bandwagon. Right from the get-go.
Yeah.
And Luke doesn't want anything to do with it, though. That's the thing.
And clearly, right from the get-go, she can tell that Luke is not the Jedi that he used to be.
Yeah, definitely not. Sure. I mean, he chucks the lightsaber over his shoulder. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like that. But I'm sorry, that scene sucked.
Like, I feel like maybe they were trying to go, like, a little bit more, like, just how much that he doesn't want to be a Jedi anymore. He doesn't want to see the Jedi come again. Because we find out, obviously, later that he tried to start a Jedi Order again, and look how that turned out.
But yeah, that's the problem, though.
Right?
But that's the problem. That's
so,
why, yeah. Anyways,
so, no. I just want to say, like, my number one thing, like, I feel like the one thing that they really did well in the movie was the way that they showed Luke disconnect himself from the Force. Because there's a couple scenes when Rey first gets to Octu where she's following Luke and just trying to convince him to talk and, like, teach her the ways and stuff like that. And he's just, like, fucking stomping around the island doing his shit. You know what I mean? And there's one point where he gets to a massive cliff that has to be, like, 50 feet across or something like that, right?
And it was, like, 300 feet down.
So you're, like, easy. You're, like, Force jump.
Yeah.
Reach it.
Yeah.
You're good to go, right? No. What does he do? He fucking pole vaults on a 300-foot stick.
But not even that. He doesn't. You would assume that he's like, oh yeah, I've completely cut myself off from the Force, but he's using a giant javelin to stab the fish, and he doesn't even know where he's looking. Basically, he literally just uses the Force, senses the fish's, like, essence or whatever, boom, pierced, brings the fish up. It's like, okay, you cut yourself off from the Force, but why are you able to do shit like that?
Now, is that Force, or is that him being on the planet for so long?
No, it's totally Force.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
It's gotta be Force.
I can see that.
Like, no, it's not him, like, knowing the patterns of whatever. Maybe. It could be. Mm-hmm. But that would be really, I don't know, I feel like that'd be fetching, like, a lot. But,
I was a little, like, to be honest, I was a little disappointed, like, with just that whole scene and everything.
I'm just disappointed with Luke in general, because, like, dude, why did you make a map to find you? Like, well, we made this map, you know, I made this map to find me if you ever needed me, kind of thing. Because I'm here to help, but I'm cutting myself off from everybody because Ben Swolo, man, like, fuck. Like, and then he just, like, he's a dickhead, you know. He shows up, you show up, and you're like, Luke Skywalker, we need your help. We need the Jedi Order. She's like,
he's literally like, get off my lawn.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, he's a Clint Eastwood, like, Gran Torino.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino.
get off my lawn.
That was a good one. Cheers. That was a good one. So, moving on from that, she's literally just following him on his daily whatever it is that he does in his day on Occ 2, right?
Yeah. For real. But yeah,
I just like another thing I gotta add in about Occ 2 is like it's beautiful. It's fantastic.
Beautiful
it's
imagery in the whole movie, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very oceanic planet with very few islands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, who are these fucking fish people wearing like 1800s clothes?
Oh, I know. These are the caretakers,
right? Yeah, no, and it's just they were literally there for comic relief again. That's Disney fucking crowbarring their shit in there to try and get some comic relief out of it and have people laugh, which is like, I get it if you want to make people laugh, but this is Star Wars, like you,
bruh, my weed. That one scene when Ray cuts the rock.
Oh my god, that was good timing.
And then it just falls down.
Yeah, falls down and smashes one of the caretakers like wheelbarrows full of stuff.
She just looks up.
Kind of looks up and is like, what the fuck, man?
Bruh, my weed.
My god.
Man. Yeah, no, that was
But again, happy that aliens were in there.
Yeah,
but at the same time, like...
Yeah, they were in there.
What are they doing? They're almost like halfway to being a porg. Let's be honest.
They really are.
You know what I mean?
Literally
like,
walking porgs.
Literally walking. They're walking fish porgs.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
Anyways, so Rey follows Luke back to his house, and from there
she knocks on the thing. She's like, "Luke Skywalker, you need to come and help us." Mm-hmm. And you're like, "Well." He's just like, go away. I'm not dealing with anybody.
So she knows like outright she's not going to get any help from him without a lot of convincing and stuff like that.
What does she do after that again? I forgot. She's just like sitting there, and then I don't even know. She's just dicking around on the island basically.
Basically for the most part.
Yeah. I feel like she dicked around on the island for the whole movie. Like what was she? Her training was shite. Her training was absolute garbage. Like what does she do in her training?
But what you have to take into account is Luke hasn't been a master, or like he hasn't been in touch with the Force for a while, and like he already took his shot.
He was a master though, definitely was a master in his temple that he made in his academy.
That's what I was referring to, but like obviously not for like a long time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Oh man, I don't even remember. So Rey just like she's on the island. Mm-hmm. Man, that sucks. I've seen the movie 4 times, and I don't remember.
It's this one.
That's what I'm telling you.
It's this one part right here, and like honestly, we're both like probably the biggest Star Wars fans. I could literally tell you scene by scene the first 6 movies.
Yeah.
But this is probably the first Star Wars. This and honestly, Force Awakens.
I think I could probably walk you through Force Awakens way more
than Last Jedi.
Way more than this one.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But like we're like, you know what I mean? Like obviously.
Yeah.
It's something we very much didn't like. So
yeah, so she's on the planet, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's it sucks. Yeah. What else? What else did I hate about this movie? Oh my god, that's so bad. I feel like this has literally just turned into a rant now. It's not like
no, but it's good. We're like we're showing people like exactly like probably the thing they can relate to it too. Probably the problems they had with it, but. I think that there's that whole thing with when Rey's training and she does not resist the dark side at all, just because she wants to know who her parents are. You know? Do you think
that's the reason why?
100%.
I just feel like
only thing driving her.
It was Disney's like way, or Rian Johnson's way of just being like, oh, you know, we all have like a dark part to us and this and that. I don't think it was the dark.
You think it was Disney trying to fucking...
You really think it was the dark side? Like it was the whole like Rian Johnson like pulling her as like a director as you know. And
I just feel like
he produced it too. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like you have to realize that like nobody has experienced the light side or the dark side. Well, obviously they've experienced the dark side because people have had interactions with Kylo Ren, but people in this day and age, in this new, like, you know what I mean, during
this,
the age of the First Order, they have never experienced what a Jedi is before, let alone the light side or the dark side. You know what I mean? Yeah, that to her, that hole on Octu could just have been like a power source. You know what I mean? It could have been
it was like
something.
It was like the cave on Dagobah.
Pull it, very much so. An area that was very force sensitive or more inclined to the dark side.
Cave on Dagobah was the same thing I honestly don't really know the metaphorical value of the scene where Luke walks into the cave on Dagobah, duels Vader, cuts his face, and then sees himself. I think it was him turning to the dark, obviously. I think that was probably the metaphor that they were trying to go with when he cuts Vader's mask and he sees himself. But yeah, I think it was definitely the idea that you know, we all have that like pull to the dark. Yeah, like, I mean, fucking at the end of the movie, like, Vader's sitting there and he's like, we can rule the galaxy together as father and son, you know? Like, he has the temptation to join Vader and overthrow the Emperor. Does he say he's going to overthrow the Emperor in that one? Probably did. I don't know if he did. I don't remember it. Dude, fuck, man. I really got to go back and watch my movies. This is bad.
I was gonna say if we were gonna go back to what happened on Octu, it really wasn't important. Like, it ended up with Rey just sitting outside Luke's house until he agreed to finally train her and stuff like that. And then
why did he agree to train her again?
It's literally just because she's bugging the shit out of him.
Oh, so she's just a pest.
Well, actually, I kind of just said that, but if you want to get specific, it's because of his failure to train those Jedi before in his own temple.
Okay. So
and how,
like,
and how Kylo Ren, exactly.
Right. Oh, no, what am I saying? I know exactly what happened. She goes to the freaking books. Remember?
Herself?
Yeah, remember? She hears the calling of this like force, like,
that makes
like
sense.
thing. Yeah, now took us a whole like 10 minutes to do that. She goes and she's hearing all the stuff, and then Luke walks in. He's, who are you? You know? And she's like, I'm Rey from the Resistance. Les Resistants. But yeah, and then he's like, who are you? Like,
in that conversation when they're talking,
she's like, I know this place. Remember?
I know this place. I feel it. It's familiar and stuff like that.
Okay, that makes no sense to me. So let me ask you a question. All right, if Rey is not a complete like Mary Sue character, and you know what a Mary Sue is, right?
I do not.
It's like
please describe to the viewers.
Being. It's the same thing as a Gary stew, which is not really a prevalent thing a lot of the time. I'm not a sexist or anything, but it's like Mary Sue is basically just the. I'm being serious. Like, this is what I've heard. I didn't even know the term until I actually saw this, or like saw somebody talk about Rey being one. But it's like she's just basically like super powerful out of nowhere, right? And she has like there's no development, there's no nothing. She's just basically like
she's
the ultimate being.
She's the fucking what do you call it? The golden goose.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's the way to say it. Like
golden goose.
The one thing that's like in the dirt, it's a diamond in the rough.
She's a diamond in the rough.
She's a diamond in the rough.
Diamond in the rough. But yeah, no. She is a diamond in the rough.
Comes out of nowhere.
Comes out of nowhere.
He's literally shooting the shit on Jakku.
Yeah.
Like, salvaging.
She touches the Skywalker lightsaber and she just goes back to fucking Cloud City and the duel. Like, who are you? Like, nobody fucking knows. Anyways, so she's in Octu in the sacred little Bendu-esque tree, and she's like, I know this place, I know this. I touched the books. It's like the sacred Jedi text and all that stuff. You know, it's the last of the Jedi religion. Wow, I know the lines to the movie. I don't know. Yeah, this is sad, but
yeah, no, I was gonna say like when they're talking in there and stuff like that, like Luke fully tells her. He goes, you can't just think of the Force as good and bad.
He tells her that when on the rock. Remember when she's like sitting up there? But like that scene in the trees when he's like, yeah, the Jedi have to end. And then he goes and trains her. There you go. That's another thing we wanted to talk about. I remember that. Is that we were like,
it's very hypocritical.
Why are the Jedi ending if you're teaching Rey? Oh yeah, he's like, I'll teach you the lessons and why it needs to end. What? Like, where's that coming from? Like, it makes no sense. Yeah.
Do we want to talk about like the shared visions between Rey and Kylo?
Those are cool.
Those are cool. And
Oh,
I
no,
will
wait.
say, one thing I want to just take away from it. I really like how these scenes were filmed when they had these little interactions between each other, because they were in completely different areas. But the way that they filmed it and cut away, it looks like they were right next to each other having a conversation.
The cinematography was great.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
J.J. Abrams.
No, it was Rian Johnson. J.J. Abrams was... We've been talking about Rian Johnson this whole time. I don't like Rian Johnson.
He directed it.
Yeah, he's a director.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, it's stupid. It really sucks. Because I was looking forward to this like weird kind of connection. Like, their connection was cool, but the way it was brought, like, it was Snoke, right? Snoke doing the connection. That's something we definitely need to talk about. Snoke. Like,
I think
cool,
I
but it's
think
not
again,
at the
like,
same
I
time,
think
it's
I want to
not.
chime in and say, like, I feel like Disney was taking their like take on it, because like I almost felt at some points it was like, are these two gonna fucking get together? Like, is this gonna be a thing?
Yeah.
Like, does everything have to have a romantic interest? Like,
Raylo. Nobody wants Raylo to happen.
Nobody wants Raylo to happen. It's
Actually,
not
a lot
happening.
of people do. It's
No,
sad.
fuck that, dude.
I know.
Ray and Poe Dameron. That's
Yeah.
just up.
Ray Poe.
Ray Poe.
Redamarin. But yeah, no. I think after that one scene on Act 2 is when we're like really fucking. By the way, we're like really like not into the movie yet, eh?
I was gonna say we're literally right through the beginning, but like,
but the whole thing with Snoke and Kylo. Actually, one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Definitely the first scene where Snoke and Kylo are talking, and he's like, "You couldn't even you killed your father." Like, he was basically just saying, he's like, "You're a child in a mask. You're not Vader." That's the thing, is that Snoke has this obsession with Vader. If you didn't already know that, and a lot of people do, is that Snoke has this complete obsession with Vader.
he still has his mask.
And he's like, "You're a child in a mask. You're not Vader. You're not the badass. You're not the tool that Palpatine, completely like took over and used to
Take
create
over the universe."
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
literally,
Because I mean, that's all Vader was, and that's why I think Snoke could potentially be Darth Plagueis.
Oh god.
No, I really want it to be, because it makes so much sense, dude. It really does. It makes so much sense. If you have an obsession with Vader, you had to have been his creator. Plagueis being the creator of Vader.
Are you trying to rhyme right now, or like, are you like?
Oh, was I rhyming? Shit, bro. Make some fire Star Wars tags.
No, I get that. I definitely, because again, like, we were talking about Rey being this being that comes out of nowhere. Who the fuck is Snoke, bro?
Who the fuck is Snoke?
Like, straight up, like, nobody knows who he is. He comes out of nowhere. He builds the First Order.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
it's stupid.
It really doesn't make any sense. Like, I feel like, but at the same time, where could they have gone after The Last Jedi?
With Snoke?
No. I mean, just in general.
Oh, where can they go now?
Where could they go? No. Where could they have gone after the last? Sorry.
After Force Awakens.
No, after Return of the Jedi. Sorry.
Okay.
Where could they have gone other than introducing a new antagonizing force?
I love Snoke. That's what I'm telling you.
No. But that's what I'm saying. What if there was no First Order?
They could have done the Yuzong Vong.
Let me. There we go.
Yeah.
Extended universe. Yeah. Let me be a little more detailed when I say that. At the end of Return of the Jedi, there's no antagonists whatsoever. The Empire is destroyed.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else could they have done other than pulling people straight out of their ass as new antagonists? And I feel like that's what they did with Snoke. Regardless of how much I like him or not, he's out of nowhere. He's been chilling in the unknown regions for like centuries.
Gotta be Plagueis.
You know what I mean? So like, and that's another reason why you think it
or
could be
Valkorian,
or
force essence transfer himself into a new body. That's why he's like, give me everything. He's a force vampire. That's what he is. Dude, I'm literally just obsessively like.
It starts Plagueis, man.
If it's Plagueis, it will make so much sense. Imagine that. It'll connect everything in the universe. It really will. It's like you got Plagueis dead. Plagueis doesn't actually die. You know, Palpatine is dead now. Plagueis reveals himself again because Palpatine's out of the picture. Darth Vader, his prized possession in tool and taking over the galaxy, is now gone. Luke definitely can't turn to the dark side because you already had Vader and Palpatine try and convert him to the dark side. He hasn't gone to the dark side. So what do? You go to fucking Luke's nephew. You're like, buddy, let me give you something. Let me show you the ways of the dark side. And then, so he goes to Ben Swallow, and he's like, dude, like, let me show you. This is it. Ben's like, hell yeah, dude. yeah, bro. And so now he's got the Skywalker lineage, the blood of the Skywalkers, because at the end of the day, like, that's what he wanted from Anakin. He created this midichlorian filled like being. And now he's able to use him as a tool. And he's like, he sits there and he's like, oh, like, he's like obsessively fetishizing over Vader. Like he's like, he loves Vader. And now you got Kylo Ren, who's
trying to be Vader,
the heir apparent to Lord Vader. Like,
or so he thinks.
Yeah, and
when honestly he just kind of comes off as an angsty teenager throughout the entire movie. To be honest with you, he's literally like a 19-year-old kid going through shit. Like,
dude, he was the coolest at the beginning of Force Awakens, where he stops a blaster bullet.
Yeah, and you know why? Because he didn't take off his fucking mask, and we didn't see the bitch under it. No, it bothers me so much because they have this character who's supposedly supposed to be the new Darth Vader, and he's literally a fucking teenager, like complaining about cleaning his room and shit. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. He's such a badass in that first scene.
I know. Anyways. Oh my god. Anyways, okay, Last Jedi. Yeah. Fucking Snoke scene. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Kylo destroys the mask. Kind of think it was worth it. Just wish he would keep the mask because, damn, Adam Driver, you were an ugly man.
Don't be mean to Adam Driver.
Okay, I love him. Sorry.
He's a beauty.
Actually, you know what? He's not ugly.
He's swole as fuck, though. That's for sure.
No, he's not ugly. He's just...
He's an angsty teenager. You can't see him as like a supreme leader of like a dark... Like, as of the end of The Last Jedi, obviously, spoiler alert, he's the fucking leader of the First Order.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which doesn't make any sense.
No, he's not ugly. Sorry, Adam. You're just...
Take that back.
I'm sorry. You probably pull more poon than I could.
It's a beauty.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so you want to talk about that scene in like...
No, that was a good scene. He smashed the mask, you know. He really, let the past die. Kind of thing. Kill it if you have to.
Kill it if you have to.
But yeah, no, and then that whole... Okay, so now this is where the scene that actually gets to me is where Kylo is flying out onto up against the ship. The ship. Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. I think it's the
Corellian
Bass.
Corellian fucking...
Yeah. It's got a name, but
it was like a something.
It's escaping me as
we're drinking too much. We don't really know the names right now. Dude, this is whatever. Yeah, and he's gonna fucking shoot the shit out of the fucking ship,
but he senses
mommy,
his mum on the ship.
Mommy on the ship,
and he holds himself back from it, which kind of gives us the first like insight into him
being conflicted.
Being very conflicted, yeah, absolutely.
But what I didn't understand is why the fuck in that time, why didn't you just call off the fucking attack? She's been like,
you never would have done anything like that, dude.
I know.
He's so committed to the... Listen, he killed his own dad. Like,
yeah,
he's so committed to the dark side in the First Order. Like, maybe he's having second thoughts about killing his mom, but he's not trying to call off an attack. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, at the same time, like...
He would have got a smack from Snoke.
Not even that. You have to realize his finger's literally on the trigger before he
and he's like
pulls off.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. And he sends his mommy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
fucking Akbar gets murked there.
Yeah, so Kylo Ren doesn't take the shot, but his TIE fighter escort does.
Yeah.
Which results in the entire like bridge of the ship being blown up. Rest in peace, Admiral Akbar, one of my favorite characters.
They didn't have to kill you because your actor died. R.I.P. actor, but they didn't have to kill Akbar. I mean, how hard is it to get a man in a Mon Calamari suit?
It doesn't really make any sense, and I feel like he was. This is another thing why I'm very vocal about there being no aliens in it, because you killed one of my favorite characters.
I can't believe
very early on.
You actually really like Akbar that much?
Are you kidding me?
I love Akbar. He's not my favorite character.
Shields can't repel. No, okay. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the reason I love Akbar so much is because I saw this one episode of Robot Chicken where he has a breakfast cereal. Yeah. And they go, your tongues can't repel flavor of that magnitude. And it's just like he has so many lines in the movie where he just has that voice, and like he seems like the alien like part of the Alliance. You know what I mean? Like the representation.
Yeah.
Like one of their own being
for sure.
really big up in the Rebel Alliance.
Which is awesome.
And crucial.
And like Holdo sucks, so like
yeah, no, that's again when we're talking about actors and characters that you literally pull out of your ass, I think of
Vice Admiral Holdo.
Yes.
Vice Admiral Gender Studies.
Oh my god. You're so bad.
She really is though. Anyways, but yeah, no, the sexual tension between Holdo and Flyboy
is very
Flyboy.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it's like that. We were talking about this, like a mom-son thing.
No, but like here's the thing.
term?
Like Poe Dameron's like an ace pilot, and he's like young, and like she's like an old woman. Low-key Poe Dameron.
Low-key
This is going to be the Poe Dameron podcast.
Yeah, we should have just called it the Oscar Isaac podcast. Because we're just sitting here just fucking, I want you to breastfeed me.
My God.
Oh, jeez.
You're getting so off topic.
I really am. I'm so bad at it. I'm like, before the podcast, I'm like, Matt, we really got to stay on topic just because, I mean, last time when we tried, I think we have a video where we tried to, we had a podcast where we tried to film this with John.
It didn't work out.
We didn't talk about Last Jedi at all. We ended up talking about like Rhodians and then how they're probably sexual predators or something. Like, it's just weird. They're all just like, Smita.
Oh my God.
But anyways, okay, get back on topic. Akbar murked. No reason. Holdo in charge now. Leia. Okay, no. In between that, Leia, Mary Poppins.
Like full on like
Jesus Christ.
I can't even talk about that without laughing.
That was ridiculous. Why would they do that? Okay,
she's suddenly force sensitive.
No, but she was force sensitive in Return of the Jedi. She's like, I feel it too. She's feeling everything. She feels everything. She's not.
But she's not a Jedi.
No, she's not a Jedi.
You can't do that. You can't just pull yourself through space. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Have you ever seen a Jedi outside of Leia do that? And especially a trained one?
No. Not at all.
Like imagine this. Fucking, Order 66. Plo Koon's ship gets shot down.
In space.
Plo Koon, no, not in space. He was on a planet, but it was whatever. But, he gets shot down. Not even better than that. Why the fuck did Mace not just be like, surprise, motherfucker, and just fly when he gets bolted out the window
by Palpatine?
Palpatine.
I think that had to do more with the Force lightning, but
oh, bullshit.
Same, yeah, no, it's a little out there to see Leia completely get her ass blown up, and then
I honestly thought she died. I honestly thought she died. I was like, oh, this would be a cool death, kind of, sort of. It would be kind of sudden, but it would be cool.
They're slowly getting rid of every old character. Like I'm predicting in the next Star Wars that they're gonna kill off Chewbacca.
I'm going to punch someone. No, but they just hired a new actor to play him. So, I don't know. Did you know that?
I was gonna say too. Yeah. There is no Chewbacca without Han Solo. I'm sorry.
Do you really think that?
100%. Because Han was the only one who understood him. He would always translate for him.
No, but Rey understands.
Yeah, but like whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like they were a pair, you know what I mean? And like Han would always be like, "Oh, he doesn't like you," or like, you know what I mean? Or "Oh, he likes you." That's what he means, and stuff like that. And I feel like now they're just trying to put Chewbacca with a bunch of porgs. I love Han Solo. I can't wait for the.
I'm actually stoked.
I'm hoping the Han Solo movie is gonna be good because
I'm actually pretty stoked for that.
Dude, he's so cool, man. Like. You rarely find someone in the Star Wars universe that's not a Jedi that you find really sorry, let me rephrase that. You rarely find someone in the Star Wars universe that's not a Jedi or a bounty hunter that you find sick. You know what I mean? Or like yeah, or a Sith. Yeah, no. So like I just like the fact that like he's a smuggler, he's a swindler, and like think about it. He's still in The Force Awakens, he's still fucking swindling.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's got gray hair.
Politique
in the Kanja Club.
Kanja Club. Yeah, no, I feel that. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Holdo.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that Leia thing because, like, it honestly doesn't even make sense in my head. Like,
so, Holdo's in charge now, though.
Yeah. Holdo's in charge now.
She's, like, got no plan.
No plan. She's just going to keep running as far as their fuel runs out.
What is the name of the ship? I forget the name of the ship. I'm too drinking.
Let me look this up real quick.
This bugged me so much. I remember sitting in the theater and looking over to John the first time. I'm like, this ship doesn't run out of fuel. It doesn't fucking run out of fuel, man.
It's called the Radis.
What? Which one?
Their ship.
No, but the actual, but the design of the.
Oh, it's a Corellian frigate.
Corellian frigate. Yeah. Okay. They don't run out of fuel, man. I'm pretty sure they don't. At least, there's no fucking way they do. These ships are supposed to, like, bro. These guys are these are supposed to be out there for a long time. And this is something that we were actually just right before this. We were sitting in a restaurant having a beer, just talking about like what we would discuss, and this was something that we wanted to like put up for debate here. So if anybody has any sort of like idea about the Corellian frigates, let me know.
I'm sorry, I'm actually going to take that back. It's actually a Mon Calamari Star Cruiser.
The one that they were on was a Mon Calamari Star Cruiser.
It's a big one.
Okay.
It's a big one. Yeah.
Okay. Do they run out of fuel? Because like I'm pretty sure they don't. I mean, these guys are supposed to be out there for a long fucking time. Whatever.
That's something.
Whatever.
That I can look up, but
yeah. You know, we were talking about that whole Rey pulling to the dark thing. Yeah, and what was that whole thing about them sitting on the? They're sitting on the island. They're sitting on the rock. Her and Luke, and the forced humor of the. That's the Force. You feel it. You feel it? Oh no! Like, why does she forget everything? So we were talking about this. She's on Starkiller Base fighting.
Yeah.
A Sith, who's technically a Sith,
been trained,
dark Jedi, trained by Snoke and Luke Skywalker. Okay, he's not a pussy.
How the hell does she hold her own?
How does she hold her own out of nowhere? She goes, "Oh, the Force." All right, fine. You know, you think about it. You know, she channels this like inner energy that she has in her for so long, and she's channeling it right now. And yeah, she can kick ass. But then she just gets to Ahch-To and she forgets everything. Why? Makes no sense. It really doesn't. Their whole character building thing for Rey was garbage. Fuck Canto Bite. Canto Bite was
the casino planet, right?
Yeah, casino planet. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. No. Please. There's one thing we need to talk about.
What?
When Rey and Rose... Sorry, let me rephrase that. When Finn and Rose get to... Say it again.
Ahch-To?
No,
Canto Bite.
Canto Bite.
Yeah.
this First Order held planet and stuff like that. They see it's fantastic. It's very luxurious. There's like races, like horse races, but they're actually called. What are they called? Hold on, 2 seconds.
I forgot.
They are called Fethirs.
Yeah, Fethirs.
Which basically look like another fucking thing that Disney just had to throw in there.
It's a social thing.
Anyway.
They tell us it's the activism thing. Definitely. Whatever, I don't give a shit.
So they're on this planet. It's very luxurious. They see and they go, wow, this is amazing. But they turn around and say, well, wait, this is all financed by
people selling weapons.
People selling weapons to the rebels and the First Order.
No, but the thing is, they didn't know that from the beginning, and that's the thing that they don't. That's the thing. I think Disney actually did a pretty good job with that. Now that I think about it, like on a like weird like political thing, like they go, oh, you know, these guys are just financing weapons to the First Order. That's how you make money in this galaxy. That's why everybody, you know, is so rich here on Canto Bight. And then they find out through DJ, fucking waste of a character, because he would have been awesome. Sorry, Benicio del Toro is awesome, but like, but yeah, like they find out through DJ that the guy selling the weapons was selling weapons to both
sides, making a profit on both sides.
And that's the way war works, children.
But are we also going to talk about how the alien that sells them out has a fucking southern accent for some reason?
The casino, they're parked over there.
Definitely went that way, that's for sure. It's like
those are the people over there. He sounds like Goofy.
So you finally put an alien in the movie and he's got to sound like a goddamn redneck?
Yeah, I know.
Like, why? Like,
no, but that was so funny, though. We don't know where they went, but shit, man, like, fuck, they parked over at the casino over there. And it's like, dude, chill. Fuck. This is so stupid.
Okay, so they're on Canto Bight. They go through
that whole entire thing could have been just ixnayed from the movie, in my opinion. Garbage.
Yeah.
Like, what did the
could have been replaced with something more like?
And same with Rose. Rose, like, we haven't even gotten into Rose yet. We're an hour in. We don't even have Rose yet. Rose is shit.
Yeah, I don't really like that character either.
She's shit.
Like, she kind of came out of nowhere and was just like a very excited, like.
Yeah. No, I think that I love Finn, man. I really do.
You like Finn?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, he's basically Han Solo from before. Not Han Solo in terms of being like the, you know, Poe Dameron-esque character or like the Han Solo-esque character, but, you know, he defected from the Empire, right? And he's got this like really cool like. I was just listening to Jeremy Johns about it. And he's, you know, huge, right? And he was just talking about how Finn is like a really charismatic character. So you have him doing all this dumb shit on Canto Bight, and it's like, well, why is he not being that charismatic Finn that we love?
Yeah,
he's just running around like, well, we got to find the guy with the lapel.
I'm just like rolling my eyes this entire part of the podcast because like I hate this entire like.
I'm honestly,
you know what I mean? Like literally Benicio del Toro. I'm sorry, like fuck you, dude. I don't know who you are in the movie. I don't know how you showed up. I don't
Roger
know.
Rabbit. Actually, what am I saying? He's fucking Porky Pig.
He's really a snake.
Yeah.
Does that weird shit with his tongue. Anyways, sells out Finn and Rey.
Finn and Rose.
Fuck. See, there you go. Like, I literally can't even say your name off the top of my head because I don't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah, I know.
Some random girl. Anyways.
Some random Malaysian girl.
Sells out Finn and Rose
to
the First Order.
Yeah.
They get caught.
Yeah.
He gets his money.
Yeah.
And just as I can't remember if they're about to be taken away or executed, BB-8 jumps in an AT-ST and starts blasting shit.
That was when they get executed, or they're about to be executed.
Yes.
That was kind of funny, though.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yes,
Kinda.
it's cool. It's cool.
BB-8's kind of cool.
BB-8's kind of cool.
We'll give
but
him
he'll
that.
never fill R2-D2 shoes.
Where is R2? What does he do? He shows up to play freaking Leia's hologram, and he goes, "You can't use that. You can't. That's a cheap shot, man." That's Luke just being like, shady. It's like, dude,
help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You're my only hope. It's like, just that movie, man. Like, it's painful. I would have done so much differently, man. You have no idea. Yeah, Snoke.
Should we just? I feel like we should end off on Snoke. That's probably a good thing to end off on.
Yeah, and Crate. Oh well, no, yeah, and Crate. We got to talk about Crate. Snoke gets folded in half.
So after being captured, Rey and Kylo Ren are in Snoke's throne room with his guards, and
fucking just like, well, she shows up and she's like, he obviously knows who she is. He's got to. He's got to know who she is. Now the only issue is that you've got this like weird kind of thing where Snoke is like, I've been looking for Kylo's equal to the light. They almost have this like yin yang thing going on.
Yeah, that's also where he mentions he's responsible for creating the connection between the two of them.
Yeah, and like, dude, you can't have a character that strong create who's ever created a force bond between people?
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no one before this time could ever do that.
I've never heard of that in my life, ever. And you make a force bond between them, and you got Snoke talking about how Rey's equal in the light, and like he thought it was Skywalker, and how he was going to do this and that, and he, and then it's like he's like, give me everything thing. Like, what dude? You're literally like the most powerful force sensitive I've ever seen on camera so far. Seriously, he is.
He is. Yeah,
like, Rey's trying to steal the lightsaber and it goes flying back.
He doesn't even have a lightsaber. Like, he doesn't need one.
I don't think he needs one. Yeah. No. I mean, Palpatine like hardly ever used his lightsaber. Palpatine's actually a really good duelist, even though he never
fucking spin jump.
Yeah, well, the spin jump. He was like, talks about how he was like. I mean, if you watch the fucking duel between him and Savage and Darth Maul in Clone Wars, like, you get to see that. Yeah, that dude murk some shit. But yeah, like, so Snoke gets cut in half by Kylo.
Yeah, just like that with Anakin's lightsaber.
Yeah, and it's like Kylo. He's conflicted because Rey's like, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna turn Kylo. What did you do to Ben Solo? Yeah. And it was all Luke's fault, he's gonna. That's the thing, is that from the beginning of it, it's like, Ben Solo was a Jedi. Luke sensed this inkling of darkness in him. We're talking about Luke Skywalker, the guy who sensed good in Darth Vader, the ultimate killing machine for the Empire. And he senses darkness in his nephew, and he's gonna go and like has thoughts about killing him. It's like, no, like, what the fuck? That's not Luke. That's not Luke at all, man. So, Luke would never do that.
So I was gonna say, do you think that maybe Snoke, like before even when he was Ben Solo, when Kylo Ren was Ben Solo, do you think Snoke put ideas into Luke's head?
Snoke putting ideas into Luke's head. Ooh, never thought about that.
If he's strong enough to create a force connection between Rey and Kylo, why wouldn't... That's not... I mean, like, Luke is a strong Jedi, but there's nothing saying that Snoke isn't stronger and he couldn't put ideas into his head that
it was too dark.
Kylo was going down the wrong road.
Well, I mean, okay, Kylo could be going down the wrong road, but why the hell would Luke want to kill his own nephew as opposed to being like, Kylo... Or, sorry, not Kylo, Ben, I see you're going down, a dark path. We need to, like, chit-chat about this. We need to talk about the way you're moving forward with things. Because, I mean, he's so... Luke's so convinced at converting Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi. He's so calm and collected about it. Like, you're talking about, like... This is, like, 23-year-old Luke Skywalker. Whatever, he's a young Jedi. He's not even a Jedi. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say he's 19 in A New Hope.
Yeah,
like, that's insane, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So it's like you have this one character who is basically like the guy who would never go back on a friend kind of thing. He's always there for you, and he'll always help his friends out. He senses an inkling of good in somebody, and he's willing to be able to help him. Like, that's not the guy who would kill his nephew, or attempt to kill his nephew.
Very much so.
Now, the whole idea of you telling me Snoke might have put like evil thoughts in his head, that sounds pretty good. That
sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I just thought of that now when I was thinking about it. I was like, if he could create a force connection between two people, what's not to say he couldn't,
like,
slip some little some ideas in there. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, he did the same with Ben, right? Like, he's given Ben all these like.
There you go. So that might even be a thing. Yeah. You never know.
No, that's kind of cool. Yeah. But yeah.
So Snoke gets folded
in half.
Literally cut in half. Like,
why would you even do that though?
He's literally the strongest, like you said, the strongest person we've ever seen on camera. First of all, why would you not be able to sense that your apprentice is going to slice you in half? Because
I think he wanted that to happen. That's just my theory.
Yes.
But continue.
No, I'm just saying, like, why would you not sense that coming? I know every Sith apprentice and master, it ends up with the apprentice killing the master, obviously.
Sith code?
Yeah, but like, why? Like, how do you not sense that?
No,
dude?
He totally did.
You can literally talk to people who are on like 300 planets away. Like,
yeah, well, not even that.
You can't sense when someone's about to slice you in half.
Freaking dropped Hux to the ground
through a hologram.
Through a hologram.
Through a fucking hologram. Like, it doesn't make sense. This is what makes me mad about this movie. They introduced Snoke, this fucking sick antagonist.
Yeah.
So sick. Has like some of the coolest guards too.
Dude, he's using Force lightning. Like, when was the last time it was the Emperor. The Emperor is the only person besides Dooku. Yeah, besides Dooku. It's like, dude. Fuck. He gets folded. He gets cut in half. Rey and Kylo.
They try and sit there and convince each other. Kylo asks Rey to rule the galaxy with her. Rey refuses and goes, join the resistance with me. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
They have a fucking crazy battle with all of Snoke's Praetorian guards.
That was sick.
Because
that was really good.
They were trying to avenge his death and everything like that. But I was reading up on the Praetorian guards before this, and the amount of technology and money that went into making their armor and shit like that is completely ridiculous.
Well, that's why I think Snoke.
No, but they got folded.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the thing is, like, the galaxy hasn't seen many Jedi in a very long time, so, like, I don't know exactly what they were expecting in a fight like that, but, like, they literally had armor that could deflect lightsabers.
Yeah. I know, I don't get it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, I feel like, again, you have Rey, who's never been, like, she sort of trained with Luke, but, like...
She kicked more ass than Kylo.
That's what I'm saying.
She's a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
She is. She's not...
Yeah.
She's not worth it, like, really. Like, she's just... Like, if they don't explain her story properly, I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry. Like, it fucking sucks. Like, she is so cool, they could do so much with her, they could turn her into a Bastila. They really could. Bastila was fucking awesome, right? So it's like,
well, I think the funny thing about it is, Hux walks into the throne room after, and Kylo, well, Rey's unconscious because,
well, I mean, they had the whole lightsaber thing where they split the Skywalker lightsaber.
So she's unconscious because she's been like fucked up by that, like, right? So Hux walks in, and he's literally about to shoot Rey right in the head while she's unconscious.
No, not Rey. Kylo.
Is it Kylo?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah. No, because Rey's gone. Yeah.
Hux nearly executes an unconscious Ren. You're so right. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I fucked that up.
It's okay.
I'll take it back.
It's all good.
Why does he not do it, though?
Because he wakes up. He just wakes up and he's like, oh shit, he's going to see my blaster, right? But yeah, no, Hux totally did that. Cucks. General Cucks. Yeah. He totally did that because he wanted to
take over. Yeah. So Kylo claims Rey killed Snoke and issues orders for the fleet. It causes Hux to explode in a fury at the presumptuousness.
What do you mean? Are you reading something?
I am.
Oh,
I'm reading something right now because
we haven't watched the movie. Honestly, you know what? Fuck it though. Who cares? People are gonna like the fact that I'm yelling.
So basically, yeah, Hux and Kylo get into a little.
Yeah, he gets into the whole thing, and he's like, the supreme leader, and he's dead.
Force chokes him, and he's like, "Yo, I'm the captain now."
Yeah, you know? but the funny part about that too was like he goes, he goes, "Our supreme leader's dead," and then he turns around and he gets all angry and he force chokes him, and he's like, "The supreme leader's dead," and then fucking Hux just drops to the fucking ground, like drops on his knees. He's like, "Long live the supreme."
Literally a punching bag, like the entire movie.
Dude, the guy is. I was telling Matt this earlier. Is that it's really sad because Hux is kind of cool. Like he's kind of like a serious kind of villain. He could be a Tarkin if he wasn't such a fucking puss. He really is. He's just a punching bag for, and he just is the like the. He ends up within a bad joke half the time of the movie.
100%.
Like where is? I was telling Matt this too. Is that you had like Captain Nita, you had fucking Tarkin, all the guys,
it's
right?
Like menacing captains in the Empire that were like actually scary. Like I can definitely tell you from my own experience, I find Grand Moff Tarkin scarier than Darth Vader.
Tarkin was a spooky guy. He really was. And like, I don't know, Hux is definitely not there. He's got the look for sure.
Looks like the uniform and shit
looks
like
like
that.
A little space Nazi.
No, he still looks like a teenager. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Hux?
he looks like a sad little teenager in a Swazi Nazi outfit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to put it.
He looks like he's going to a Rammstein concert.
Yeah, like a really bad Rammstein concert.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
Do we get to crate yet?
yeah, we're on the battle crate.
Okay, crate. Great. Now, crate was
It's salt.
It's salt. It's salt. Yeah, no. I don't know. Crate was interesting. Cool planet. They mentioned the fact that so wait. How are we gonna go to crate without fucking light speed into the supremacy?
We haven't talked about that yet.
Okay, so Holdo. Okay, so Leia wakes up. Sorry, no. Poe is pissed that Holdo's not doing anything. He's like, "You're trying to abandon ship. What the hell is going on?"
And her whole argument is she doesn't want to lose any more people.
Yeah,
because they've already taken heavy losses.
We've lost everybody. This is war, bitch. Okay, we're fighting. Poe's willing to die. He's willing to have everybody else die too. I mean, he's a real rebel. Let's be real. But yeah, like so. You know, we've got Poe doing that, and then Poe and Carrie Fisher's daughter and our favorite alien. You know, they stage a mutiny, and they're like, "Look, you know, well, they didn't. It wasn't a mutiny. I don't know. They just took over the ship. They're like, "Yo, Holdo, you're not doing anything anymore." They take control of the stuff. They're trying to figure out what to do. And then Leia comes in, stuns Poe. She wakes up after being in her fake bacta tank. And, you know, she wakes up. She's like, shoots Poe, stuns him. Holdo's obviously very relieved. And they figure out what to do. Basically what they're doing is they're trying to transport everybody off the
Raddus, the main ship.
The Raddus, yeah. And so they get off the Raddus, and they're like, well, Leia's like, okay, we got to go.
So everyone leaves the Raddus except for
Holdo.
And she takes the ship, and she turns it around, and she goes into hyperspace in line with the Supremacy. No, not the Supremacy. Is it the Supremacy?
Yeah, the Supremacy.
Yeah, it's the Supremacy, right? Yeah. So she goes in line with Snoke's ship and a couple of his other escorts into hyperspace, which literally splits it completely in half. Now, I don't know about you, but...
Wait, did that happen? That happened before... Thing happened.
What?
Wait.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Did that happen after the battle between Snoke... Or between Kylo and
It would
Rey?
have to, dude.
It happened after?
They're on the Supremacy when they have the fight in the throne room.
Yeah, but the ship could be falling apart. No, I don't remember.
No. Yeah. So, lol. Holdo turns the ship around and she goes hyperspace right through the Supremacy and some of the other ships. And I'm sitting here like, why did you not do that at the beginning of the movie? Why
haven't they been doing that for
the rest of the movies? Dude. Like, fuck, like, sacrifice yourself and just...
not even put somebody on put the ship on autopilot, send it off into hyperspace, blow the Death Star up.
There you go.
Boom, done. Well, how about every single Star Destroyer?
Yeah.
No, it's just dumb.
Doesn't make sense. It's a very cool idea. It made for a fantastic scene, and like, God. I remember being in the theater and it was completely silent for like
the seismic bomb sound.
Yeah. Completely silent in the theater, and it made for an amazing scene, but it really didn't make sense.
It made my Django senses tingle.
It made your Django fat.
It made my Django fat. Yeah, no, it was good.
So Holdo's dead. I'm happy. We're good.
Yeah, fuck Holdo. Mm-hmm. Fuck Holdo. She's garbage. But now, so they're going off to Crate.
Yep, they've escaped. They're on Crate now. They landed an old rebellion base.
Yes,
from during the Galactic Empire,
like the war, Galactic Civil War.
And basically, what happens is this fucking asshole DJ. Or we're gonna refer to him as Benicio del Toro.
Oh yeah.
Lets the Empire know exactly what the rebellion's plan is, which ends up in the Empire knowing exactly where
they're going. Yes. So they know that they're not.
On the ship.
Yeah. They know that they're sending escape pods to Crate. Mm-hmm. And Rose and Finn are all pissed off that they trusted a code breaker in jail from Canto Bight.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be that trusting of random people,
especially DJ.
No, I was just gonna say, like, so obviously the First Order shows up on Crate, and they put down this thing, and this is probably my number one problem with this movie. They drop something on the ground that's called a battering ram cannon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, can you get any less original?
I know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, a battering ram
What about
cannon.
The Crystal Critters?
It's so extra that... Again, like, the Crystal Critters are Disney, but, like, a battering ram cannon? You couldn't think of anything better than that.
No, I know.
It couldn't just be, like a rail breaker or something. You know what I mean?
Rail break. That's a nice name.
It's the name of a dubstep song. That's all I'm saying.
I like it. Rail breaker.
Shout out Riot 10. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it bothered me. And they look out and they go, "Oh, what's that?" And they go, "That's a battering ram cannon." Yeah. I'm like, if you can see my face right now, it's more like a bruh. But like,
it's like a bruh
it seems so stupid to me, man. Like, I don't know what really bothers me about it that much. It's just like battering ram cannon sounds so stupid. You know what I mean? Because a battering ram is something that you swing and it breaks open gates. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're literally just putting cannon on the end of it.
Okay.
Because it's Star Wars, you need a laser. You know what I mean? So that kind of bothered me a little bit. But
for me, with Crate, it was more just how they dealt with Luke. Because like, we didn't really mention him like in the podcast like yet, but the whole thing where Luke and Rey have the disagreement. Rey leaves. She's like, "I have to convert Ben." He's like, "It's a lost cause." She's like, "No, you created Kylo Ren. Mm-hmm. It's your fault." Mm-hmm. Yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. Fuck you, Dad. Mm-hmm. And then Luke feels bad. Mm-hmm. But like, so Luke shows up out of being in hiding,
out of nowhere. Well, literally. Well,
yeah.
Let's be honest. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, literally,
bruh.
It is.
Where did you come from?
It is Luke's hologram.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. And it just is like the way that they treat Luke was very cool. I was like, oh my god, we're watching Legends Luke on screen.
Yes.
Like they're
like the old Luke. Yeah.
They're blowing the shit out of Luke right now. Like, they're literally blowing the fucking shit off of the ground.
Mm-hmm. Like 4 AT-ATs just blowing the shit out of him. And then, like, you see the smoke clear and he's just still standing there.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
That's like, what is
like
going
that
on?
was a really sick scene. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. He's like, I have to confront Ben, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is how it's going to be. You know, I have to face him because he's a psychopath, angsty teen now who wants to kill everybody in his family. And it's like, dude, fucking the way that okay, they should have had a lightsaber duel. There was no lightsaber duel.
That's for sure.
It was a hologram.
It was a force projection.
Force projection, obviously.
Yeah. But, like, as sick as that is, it's kind of lame, too.
No, it's like, what the fuck is Luke doing, man? He should have showed up and kicked ass, but no, he can't because he's cut himself off from the Force, and he's an old fuck.
Cut himself off from the Force while he's doing a force projection of himself. That makes a lot of sense, Disney. Thanks for that.
Yeah. No, it's dumb. But, yeah, no, I just, like, what is going on, man? This is stupid as fuck.
So, they shoot him. He's still standing there.
Yeah.
Kylo and Luke have, like, a little meeting where they talk.
Yeah, you're forgetting the fact that Kylo throws the fuck out of Hux. Your favorite.
Probably my favorite scene in the movie is when Kylo Ren force throws General Hux inside of the AT-AT. Yeah. And he just gets... This guy's a punching bag the entire movie.
He is.
Probably. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, no, but they have their little interaction and stuff like that. And then Kylo goes and he tries to cut Luke in half. But then he realizes, oh shit, this projection.
Yeah.
Luke's not actually here right now.
Yeah.
Right? And he kind of just fades away.
Yeah, and he's like, you know...
Did he say good luck or something? Or
see you around, kid. No, but it was really funny because he was like, you know, strike me, you know, what did he say? Like, strike me down in anger and all that bullshit. He was pulling a Ben.
It was literally, yeah, it was literally.
It's like, dude, you're literally regurgitating so much of the old trilogy.
That's what we used to talk about too. Remember, we said it was literally just a recycled Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. Like, even when they're on Crate, it's literally Hoth. Like, let's be honest. It's not snow. It's salt.
It's just it's funny because they didn't. It wasn't like Force Awakens where they almost went exactly in chronological order with A New Hope. But what they did is they took elements from all the old movies again, and they were just like recycled garbage,
rehashing them.
Recycled garbage, recycled amazingness turned into garbage.
Because we've seen it again, it's kind of like old. You know what I mean? So like,
well, yeah. I mean, it's stupid, and then so. I don't know how the rebellion. He's you know, Luke talks about how the rebellion is born that day, and yada yada yada. What did they do? What was so significant that they did? They ran away again. Oh, and Finn should have died. Finn should have died. It would have been awesome.
Yes,
it would have been a heroic death.
Yes,
it would have been an actual change of something.
It would have caught us off guard too, which would have been good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the movie caught us off guard, but in the wrongest way possible. Like, if Finn died, I think I would have been like, oh, okay, that's, you know, honorable. You know, he went ham. He was like, dude, we got to fight this battering ram cannon. We got to take it head on. The only way we're going to do that is if we take it head on. They go after it, and it's like, dude, like we're all going at it. Poe's like, no, we can't do this. We're going to risk too many deaths. Rose is like, yeah, let's pull back. Bitch. And it's like, yeah, dude, like, pull back, and Finn's like, no, I gotta do this, and then he's going at it, he's right about to hit the fucking thing, and
he's doing the heroic thing, sacrificing his life to...
Rose comes, she's like, it's not about fighting what we hate, it's about saving what we love. It's like, fuck.
It's funny, this, like, weird little love triangle that they have going on, like, it's between... Like, Rose likes Finn. Yeah. Finn likes Rey.
Yeah.
And Rey's like,
I want to be a Jedi.
Rey's too busy, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just Disney throwing in this little fucking love triangle again. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, Luke finding out that Leia's his sister after he kisses her is, like, one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, because they didn't write them at the same time. That's so funny. Like, you know what I don't understand about this, though, is that Disney wrote Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, Disney did Pirates of the Caribbean. They didn't write it.
But you have to realize that's an original story.
I know.
That's a completely original story. That's not them taking something that's already established.
But Pirates was so good.
Dude, I swear by Pirates of the Caribbean.
I swear by Pirates. I love Pirates.
Yeah.
I mean,
even the new one. I want to see the new one. I haven't seen it yet with Benicio del Toro.
No, it's not Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Javier Bardem.
Oh, fuck. They're all...
I saw that one. It was not bad. Fourth one was garbage.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, fourth one was sick.
Stranger Tides was bad.
Stranger Tides, that's the one.
What's the fifth one you're talking about?
Fifth one is Dead Man Tell No Tales.
Dead Man Tell No Tales.
Yeah, that was not bad. But and there's a new one that's coming out. They're saying that this was going to be the end, but this isn't. There's a new one. Yeah, there is a new one. No, they teased it at the end of the movie. They showed like this scene where like Orlando Bloom's in bed or whatever. Like my mom was telling me about it. I was like, okay, I take your word for it. But yeah, no. Yeah, Pirates is good. Star Wars right now.
Star Wars right now, yeah. No. So after this whole projection thing and everything happens, like we see, it cuts back to Luke on Octu, and he's doing forced projection of himself. Mm-hmm. But what it says is he basically like it was too much for him.
Yeah,
like in that thing, and he passes away.
Yeah, and
just like that, the strongest Jedi in the galaxy is
just fades away, like just like Luke.
Fades away into the Force.
Or sorry, like Yoda. And it's like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah,
but like, it's sad to think that at the end of that movie, he's like, "Oh, I'm not the last Jedi. Like, it's Rey." What did she have? Like 2 days of fucking training. Nothing. She tries. Oh yeah, and the whole scene with Rey like trying to figure out her parents are like. She's just an underdeveloped character, completely underdeveloped.
And the fact that Snoke literally just tells her straight up, "Your parents were."
Oh no, that wasn't Snoke, but that was Kylo telling her. But like,
oh, he told you your parents are scavengers and they traded you for drinking money. Yeah. It's like. Cool. She's literally just from nowhere. It's not like one of her parents was a Jedi master.
You know what I realized? We missed so much shit to talk about, like while we were going chronologically. But that's just because the movie sucked. Seriously. Yeah,
we like honestly, if we were to do another podcast about other Star Wars movies, I know we'd go into great detail.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
It's not the bit like honestly with like it's Star Wars, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna try and love it, but at the same time, like these are the issues that we had, and like we just feel like,
dude, I just realized we missed talking about Yoda.
I was gonna say I don't even think like
that was
what
awesome.
Did they have? It was awesome, but they had like a 5-second conversation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like Luke goes to destroy all the books of the Jedi, and he couldn't bring himself to do it.
Yeah.
So Yoda just fucking pops up out of nowhere as a ghost and just summons a lightning bolt to set the tree on fire.
He's like, Rey already knows everything. It's like, no, she doesn't. She's like 2 days into this, man.
But the only thing that gives me hope is she's taking the books.
Okay, but the books, who cares even about the books? See, the thing is that Yoda made a point. He's like, yo, it's not about what's in these books. These books might be outdated or whatever. Like, you need to teach people this stuff. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're the Jedi being, like, obviously we see in the prequels that there's this huge library for the Jedi's archives and whatever. And there's probably tons of, like, holocrons, things like that the Jedi were able to learn off of. But these sacred texts, you never even heard of them before. Something that was definitely developed after the fact.
Well, I can just say straight out that like when you're on Coruscant in the Jedi Temple in the library, those aren't books.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are like hologram books. Like you open them and they play a hologram. Yeah. These are like fucking like pages. Like you know what I mean with like
because they were the oldest books of the Jedi.
Scriptures and writings and things on that. It's like
I don't know. It's weird. It's something I noticed about Star Wars is the prequels are very much more technologically advanced and
over time it gets shitty. I don't understand that at all.
It's just because I think it was the way that it was made. So if we're talking about like literally the timeline. So we're talking the sequels and the prequels. So the sequels, like the original 3, were made in the 80s.
Oh.
So they they didn't have the technology to display the hologram, even the holocrons and like the just all of the random fucking shit that they have in the prequels.
Yeah.
They didn't have the technology to do it then. So they implemented like books and all that bullshit in them, and then they got more technologically advanced, and then Lucas was just like, oh, let's just throw in like a. But I'm like, I mean, I don't really have a problem with it, but at the end of the day, it's like
It kind of takes you out of it a little bit, though.
Yeah, because you're like going back in time. I mean, even the ships look shit. Like, fucking the ships on Crate were
like
garbage.
Big fucking gray like blocks.
They're all big fucking gray blocks.
Yeah.
In prequel or in the new trilogy and in the original 3.
Yeah.
And the prequels, they're all like colorful, like
crazy colorful Naboo.
Dude,
like
the speeder they used on Coruscant. That was like one of Lucas's like Porsche, like one of his cars. Like they just decked it out.
That's awesome.
It was just Porsches or something like that. It's crazy. But yeah.
All right.
What was the end of the movie?
I was gonna say end off. Do we want to talk about the little mate sweep in the garage? Remember? So one of the kids who's on Canto Bite.
Oh, little dude.
Yeah, little dude. He's just sitting there sweeping the garage.
Oh, the ones that they were, yeah.
Right. And he looks out to the stars and he sees flashing. Yeah. Obviously having to do with Crate and stuff like that, and the battle between Snoke and the supremacy blowing up and everything.
Oh, the are you talking about the light speed thing that went off in the sky? Yeah. Yeah.
So he's looking up at this, and then he kind of just like reaches over for the broom, but you see it slowly pull towards him. So he's force sensitive. So it's like it's kind of showing you that there's not like it's not the end of the Jedi, but like it's just like there's literally none left. There's a new generation coming.
It's Rian Johnson's way of being like, I'm doing the next, because he's doing the next 3 movies after this, by the way. Lord. He's doing the next trilogy.
There's 3 more.
Oh yeah, after 9 he's doing a whole new trilogy. Rian Johnson. And so yeah, this is him setting up this fake Jedi Academy-esque thing going on. Did you play the games? You didn't play the games? Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Some of my favorite games. Luke starts an academy on Yavin 4. It's fucking baller, dude. Like, it's sick. Like, the way that it's done and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, this is them setting up Rey being this Skywalker-esque character.
But then again, I don't see her training people in the next one.
No, but she's gonna train them in like 20 years. It's gonna be like 20 years later, guaranteed.
That's what I'm thinking. And that is one of the things that comes up a lot. They go, what is going to be the gap between this movie and the next one?
I hope it's big.
It would make sense if it was, right?
I hope it's big, because then it's just going to be the same rehashed bullshit.
There's a lot more opportunities, too, if you let it go further.
You could turn Kylo Ren to an actual scary person as opposed to being a bitch.
Like, they could, like, turn him, like, black, make his eyes red and shit like that. Like, that'd be sick, man. Like,
yeah. No, I know. Yeah. It's stupid. Oh, by the way, where the fuck were the Knights of Ren? Nowhere.
Yeah. Side note, you get to see them for like 2 minutes. Who are they? Where are they?
Force Awakens, yeah. Where are they in this one? Like, it's stupid.
Definitely not the Praetorian Guards. That's what I can tell you.
What would we rate this movie?
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Out of 5 Nerf herders?
Out of 5 Nerf herders, what are we giving this
I'm going to give this a half a Nerf herder.
Yeah, I think I would maybe give it like...
No, that's not fair. I'd say... No, I was going to say, I'd probably say 1.5.
I would say 1.5 Nerf herders out of 5. This was not good.
Yeah. No, honestly, probably like my least favorite movie of all time.
Like the least favorite Star Wars movie?
Yes.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I actually liked Phantom Menace more.
Yeah, dude, because you had Darth Maul.
Oh, seriously.
I'll take Darth Maul over Kylo Ren any day.
Yeah. No, for
real.
Me? Like, oh my god. Dude. Oh. This has been
fun.
It's been fun.
Thank you for listening.
An hour and 38 minutes of fucking nonsense. We really didn't know what we were talking about.
No, we knew what we were talking about for the majority of it. It was literally just a couple points because
it's because we fucking hated it.
It's funny when you don't love a movie, you can't really. There's a lot of things you don't remember about it.
No, seriously, we didn't remember anything. I'm just thinking about it now. There's so much we didn't remember, and it's like.
But we talked about the stuff that was important.
Yeah, but it makes sense why we didn't remember it, because it was Dukes. Mm-hmm. It was garbage.
So
Ben Swallow was my favorite part of it. Can we just talk about Kylo Ren's chest for a second? Actually, you know what? Somebody. we're looking at a picture of Ben Swallow right now, and the caption is "Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox." So get the fuck off.
I'll tell you one thing that was good to come out of this movie: the fucking memes. That's for sure. Big Ben, look, the fucking tower.
Oh, dude, and the cat. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, that's fire. You know what? I saw a picture of. Do you remember that scene in Revenge of the Sith? Yeah, I know. Have you seen that picture? That's sick.
It's weird.
Have you seen the remember in Revenge of the Sith where Anakin wakes up from the dream of Padme dying and he's naked? He's got his shirt off and he's walking around and he puts his jacket on and dude, Anakin's ripped, man. Nobody talks about six-packakin Skywalker.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
With his chiseled freaking abs, he's banging Padme. Who's banging Ben Swallow? Nobody.
Nobody, man.
Nobody's banging Ben Swallow. Are we looking at was that Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things?
It was, and
he would be a great.
I was gonna say he would be a great young Kylo or Ben Solo.
Yeah.
That'd be sick, dude.
I know.
All right,
or Gordy Kerr.
Shout out Gordy Kerr.
Shout out our boy Gordy Kerr.
Anyways, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, it's been a treat.
It's been a time.
Smuggler's Moon.
It's been the Smuggler's Moon. Honestly,
are we gonna stick with that name?
Yeah, no, I'm. There's going to be a lot more from us in the future. We're going to be doing a lot more Star Wars stuff. Maybe a couple movie reviews.
Well, we're going to definitely be talking about things with a lot more merit behind. Like, we will actually be like literally on point with the rest of our stuff. I'm sorry if we were so off topic with it. We just hated The Last Jedi so much. Like, it's just, how can you talk about it for that? I mean, I could probably talk about it for forever. I'd just be hating on it the whole time.
That's what I'm saying, basically.
You know?
And by the way, you can go fuck yourself because it says right here, J.J. Abrams.
Where? Creators of Kylo Ren? Mm-hmm. Are you talking about creators of Kylo Ren? Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you meant the movie.
No.
Oh, Kylo
J.J.
Ren.
Abrams is in there, bud. That's what I'm saying.
Lawrence Kasdan also wrote him, and he was the producer and directed also Empire Strikes Back. So,
yeah.
Anyways,
thank you and good night.
Have a good night, lads and lassies.
Love
and respect from the Smuggler's Den. Easy.